Listener, I'm trying something different today. I'm recording from behind the desk so that when I'm solo recording these, I don't have to set up all the audio equipment. I'm going to just use, this is neither here nor there from you, but what do you think about me behind the desk? Huh? Kind of a boss lady. Well, good morning, listener. Good morning, little bottom. How are you doing? I've got my Duncan. I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for listening. If you're here and you're new, because you're a big Andrea Russett fan, what an episode to start the pod on. A chaotic episode. A lamp fell over. Andrea's internet broke. And then in the second half of the episode, my microphone went out. So kind of a crazy episode, but so good. We get into some classic lesbian tea. We talk about the first time that Andrea hooked up with a girl, and that girl, pretty big deal, pretty famous. I don't know if we ever name her on the podcast, but it's pretty good. It's some pretty juicy tea. Great episode. And Andrea's so funny. She's really, really funny. And Bree's on the episode this week. It's just a good time. So, patreon.com/WHGS to support not just this podcast, but everything that we're doing, like all the free content that we make and we put out on my Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that, and my free special. It's going to be free for you guys, and it costs quite a bit of money, so even $1 helps. If you've been thinking about donating, that'd be super cool. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Green Chef. It's the #1 meal kit for eating well. If you're on the go and you want something healthy to suit your dietary restrictions like I do, you got to use Green Chef, okay? It's easy and delicious and convenient. Go to greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. It's the personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Ashley. That's rocketmoney.com/Ashley. One more time, that is rocketmoney.com/Ashley.
I want to tell you the story that, like, the first time I hooked up with a girl. It was embarrassing, but also really sweet. So, like, I'm hooking up with this girl, and I don't know if she knows that that was my first time hooking up with a girl. She just started laughing because I just kept asking questions to make sure I was doing it right. And she was like, we just don't have to hook up right now, and just completely shut it down. And I was like, I'm gonna just go probably cry for 4 hours now.
Are you kidding me?
It was so humiliating.
Interrupt as much as humanly possible because I'm a comedian, so I am constantly interrupting to like make jokes.
Otherwise, it'll just be a 1 hour stand-up bit from Ash.
It's gonna be, speaking of which, my 1 hour special, which comes out in 2023, is actually just this podcast.
We're the audience.
They are the audience. It's actually, we're doing it on the cheap, but it's going to be really good.
We're the laugh track.
Yeah, literally.
The quality is horrible. But then Andrea, we're going to go in, like, we're each going to share what I call a gay sex story, but it doesn't have to be a gay sex story. I'm going to go first. You're going to go second. Bree's going to go third. And it just should feel like a conversation between queer friends, basically.
Yeah. Cool.
And I know Bree is really excited. Bree specifically texted me about you.
Yay! Nice to meet you guys. I'm so excited.
I literally did my hair today because I am a fan of yours, and you always look so fire on every social media platform. And I was like, I can't show up looking like not my best. I've got to figure this out.
I'm honored. You look great.
Well, I look like total I was folding laundry before this. This is my pajama fleece.
Nice.
My hair is a mess. I caught myself in the mirror. I'm 35, Andrea. I'm going to fully end my life. I don't want to be older than this. I was folding laundry. I caught myself in the mirror and I was like, Oh my God, I'm like a MILF.
Yeah, I've done that a few times, like where I'll just walk by a mirror and I catch myself and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
That's not me.
Who is she? How did she get here?
The worst part for me is I was at a bar the other week and I looked around and I was like, oh, everyone's 17. And I'm the old bitch at the bar.
That is me every time I go to like a YouTube event or like an internet event. I'm like, everybody is literally pre-teens. Like, what the fuck?
Especially with TikTok now, I'm sure you go to these events and you're like, can I even speak to you?
I know,
can I even
like,
have you on my channel? Andrea, how old are you? I really, you strike me as quite young.
Oh, thank you. I'm a brisk 27 and a half.
27 is still,
that's young.
That's like sort of the last
I know, I'm
time
hanging on.
that you can feel
my youth.
There's something about that Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Dude, I think about it for years leading up to my 27th birthday. I was like, oh man, this year kind of freaks me out. Everybody seems to be dying when they're 27.
Yes.
Because I think this is so grim, but I think it's Bree's
I'm like she's not
out.
28 yet. Can we hold off on this conversation?
Bree, so the reason I have Bree here is I have someone to keep me from getting canceled. Bree's probably the worst at it. Honestly, you really don't offer much.
I need someone to keep me in line.
Usually I have like a young person who's like 23, and here just a bunch of fucking millennials on here again.
We're getting old.
Mm-hmm. We are, and they hate us.
Yeah,
they
do.
My listeners love and hate me. I'm glad that they embrace me.
A good balance.
But like, man. But Andrea, this is such a great day. We're in the apartment. We're in the studio. I have a studio now.
Nice.
Yes, look at my little fingering.
I love it.
Guy.
Look at that YouTube plaque.
Nice.
For my birthday, my staff got me a bobblehead.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's so cute.
Isn't that so cute?
Oh, I love that.
I forced them to do it. Okay.
You paid for it. It's on the company card.
Yeah.
And yes, we're in the studio. We are having gay sex with Andrea Russett today. YouTuber, musician, attractive person.
Thank you. I'll take it off.
I wanted to put that last because your personality and your talents are the most important thing.
Of course, right.
That's
I'm more
true.
than just a pretty face.
The listeners know if we get a Femme in here, I start to lose it. So
yeah, Ash does start slipping fast.
Yeah, it's not good. And should we do intros? Because Bree, I came up with one for you today.
Ooh.
Yes, I would love that.
Okay. We do this, copy the format, Andrea, when we get to you. Hello, I am Ashley Gavin. This is my podcast. If you're new here, if you're just here for Andrea, look, we got a lot of your favorite YouTubers and artists on here, okay? Thank you for coming. Please stay. I'm Ashley Gavin, cis gay white woman, she, her pronouns. And then, as always, sometimes, is that the sticky, sweet sap of maple syrup on my fingers? No, it's just my Chancellor of Canceller from the North, Brianne Williamson.
I thought you were going to say something so much worse. I was so scared.
I know, I really took it in a sexual direction.
I was like, what's going to happen here?
I never knew what was coming next.
Yeah, seriously. Hi, I'm Brianne Williamson. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a lesbian from Canada.
Andrea, do you mind introducing yourself and plugging your stuff and letting the people know who they are, who you are, in case they don't know?
I am Andrea Russett, YouTuber / really just anything online, internet-wise. She, her, bisexual, best of both worlds.
Yay.
And, from Indiana.
From Indiana, yes, when my assistant sent your bio, patreon.com/WHGS, we are supporting a whole bunch of people here. When my assistant said your bio, she said Indiana. I've just been to Indiana a couple times recently. Where are you from in Indiana? Yeah.
I'm from Fort Wayne, so it's not tiny, but it's not massive.
Isn't that kind of where some problematic things?
Oh, I'm sure.
I was going to say anything with fort in front of it sounds so America to me. Like, Fort Wayne.
We are home home of Mike Pence. Mike Pence came from Fort
Maybe
Wayne.
that's why. Maybe that's the problematic thing.
Doesn't get much worse than that, really.
No.
Honestly, I just crave normalcy so much.
Mm-hmm.
If Mike Pence were president, I think I'd be okay with it.
That's a sentence I never thought I'd hear.
But you know what I mean? Just like a Republican who is not a cult leader. Just a regular.
Does that exist?
I mean, it's starting to be like, no.
Can we go back to the good old days where Republicans were just homophobic and racist and didn't have a cult?
Yes. Seriously. I crave Make America Great Again, please.
No.
Andrea's like, okay, and where is the canceler right now?
I'm like, we need a button for that.
Yeah, seriously.
So, Andrea, we usually start with a little bit of banter, and I know Bree has moved recently, which is fodder for banter, and I can see you have crown molding around your doors, Bree.
I do.
And as a realtor, in addition to incredible content creator, she does it all.
What can she do?
Yeah. What do you, I mean, is the crown molding important for you?
No, I honestly, when I was trying to find a place in this home, I was trying to avoid all of the signage that my mom has up that's like essays. Like I'm looking at a family sign over here. We have, and they lived happily ever after, just randomly written on the wall.
Your mom got you straight propaganda stuff for your fucking... Did she get you live, laugh, love as well?
We have on the couch, we have love makes our house a home.
Amazing.
So
amazing.
Gays are straight now. The gays are straight. We made it. If you are a lesbian and you have live, love, laugh in your home, you're not you're like technically straight.
You might be bisexual.
What is your family like, Andrea? Are they kind of basic in that way, like Bree's family?
No.
Apparently,
so surprisingly they're not. They're like super artistic. Like my parents have like purple and orange walls in their house. Like it's very artsy.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they're not your average Indiana parents.
So you're saying that my family's signage isn't artistic?
It's something. It's unique.
It's something.
It's the opposite of unique.
It's inspired, okay? It's inspired by Pinterest and white bitches on Instagram.
Yeah.
Well, white bitches on Instagram were sort of born on Pinterest. There is there's a symbiotic relationship between those things.
Ebbs and flows,
one needs the other.
I don't know if they definitely need each other. I don't know if you're in the process of moving, Bree, but like, is it an upgrade? Like, are you?
No. Okay. So basically, long story short, we are getting renos done at our place.
Oh.
So we have moved in, and this will have to do with my story today. We have moved in with my parents for a month and a half.
God bless you. God bless you.
Over the holiday season. So I'm literally in my family home.
Are you filming? You have to film everything.
It's there's already so much gold to be found here, but
are you sleeping in your childhood bedroom with your girlfriend?
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It is wild. I still have a Marilyn Monroe poster up and like an Audrey Hepburn clock. And I'm like, who was I? Like, what was happening back here? Like, what was going on?
I got some Justin Bieber relics in my childhood.
Yeah.
Well, that's queer. Are you one of those bi girls that's into, I feel like there's a very specific bi girl.
I can't wait to hear this.
Are you one of those bi girls?
You one of them.
Your parents reacting to you coming out of the closet in Indiana.
Well,
you're telling me you're one of those bi girls? That's like way too Minnesota.
Very Minnesota.
Indiana has this very specific accent that's quite hard to do.
Does
actually.
it?
Yes.
I've never.
It's a weird accent. It's weird. But Bree, you know what I'm about to say. There's this very
I don't.
Maybe you don't.
I'm terrified.
I'm about you're like your wish you had the cancel button here. I'll boo for what's about to happen. Boo. There's a very specific type of bi girl, I know, because I've dated so many of them, that are into men who are you could win a fight.
Right.
Scrawny guys? Like skater boys.
Yeah,
I
but
love
like,
skater boy.
there you go.
I do. But I don't really have like a type. I don't have a type for men or women. It's just like, I just like the human inside the body.
That's really sweet. That's very sweet.
Yeah, I'm like a really good person.
I like don't really think about how people look.
I'm like not judgmental.
I'm like so hot, and all I've had today is a LaCroix and a smoothie. But like when it comes to other people,
yeah, literally, I'm like I'm doing charity work here.
Oh, Andrea, you are a great guest. It feels so. I love when we record with someone, and it's just like, oh, this is going to be easy. Listener, one of the best ways to support this podcast is to come see me live, okay? It's a really great way to just support the whole team and everything that we do here. So get on my text list or my email list. It's international, both of them. AshleyGavin.com. Go sign up, and I'll literally text you when I'm in your area. So you don't have to hear all these plugs. You can skip right by them. Don't even worry about your city. Just get on one of those two things, and I will let you know, okay? Because there's a lot of cities coming, and I just remaking this announcement over and over again. We all think it's annoying. You do. I do. Get on the text list, you piece of shit. Well, I have a great story today.
Oh, yay.
Okay, so Brie, I don't know how. I know Andrea knows nothing about this because why would she? I am micro niche famous and nobody, but everything good?
Yeah, for some reason you guys are kind of lagging.
Yeah, we'll fix it.
We'll fix it in post.
We'll fix it, Alex.
We'll figure that out later.
Fix it in post. He's like, maybe. Andrea, I have this straight cis boy that I keep who edits my things.
Keep him in the corner.
Stop laughing. You know the rule. No joy. Okay.
Wait, Alex is straight?
Yeah, Alex is straight. Isn't that wild?
What? My whole world has been turned upside down, Alex.
It's like a form of, I'm trying to find the correct word for this joke, but I can't find it.
You know what? Maybe in like 100 episodes, there'll be a reveal that Alex is like, I'm kind of gay. Like that's what I'm holding out for that. Just a little bit. Just give us a little bit.
I'm hoping that Alex will at least have his sexual, this is so HR, like such a huge HR. It's so funny because on the podcast, I will say anything to him, but off the podcast, I really try and keep it
reel it in.
Very, very
This is your time to be super inappropriate when it's like on a public platform to thousands of people.
Exactly. It takes all the secretness out of it, and it's like, no, it's a form of entertainment, and I just harass my assistant,
it's
my
comedy.
editor. It's right, exactly. It's comedy. I know you can't say anything anymore.
Yeah, literally.
Alex, I hope sexually your horizons expand.
Just a little curious, you know?
But the real listeners know that I had sort of a weird fling with a somewhat famous, not famous, but like internet known queer person.
Uh-huh.
And she did my podcast twice.
Oh, yeah, that makes so much sense to me because this looks like exactly who you would date.
Yes, this is literally what.
Oh my gosh, but it's all photos of them and their partner now. Does that make you sad?
Here we go. So,
does that make you sad?
I recommend, if you haven't yet, listening to the episode with Irene 2. Great episode, catches you up on where I was last with this person. But long story short, we were talking a lot. But then life and COVID kind of got in the way for a little while. And then I was texting them to kind of like it hadn't been that. Well, that's unfortunate.
What the fuck
was that?
That was
the immediate reaction of, well, that's unfortunate, was gold.
It sounded like a movie soundbite, like
so
the way
violent.
that's Matt.
That was a lamp that I was going to be hanging in the corner of
Not
my
anymore.
studio. Patreon.com/WHGS to fix the studio lamp. Thank you very much.
God.
You can donate as little as $1, and I'll need several hundred of you to fix that fucking lamp. Okay, so after taxes and all of that. It's not that expensive a lamp.
Shipping,
Yeah, the whole
installation.
Installation. I really enjoyed that lamp. R.I.P. lamp.
I wish I could have seen the visual.
I know.
It really, I could have saved it. It really tipped over quite slowly.
Watched it happen in slow motion.
I recommend meditation to be more responsive than reactive. I would say I really did not overreact to that lamp tipping over and shattering all over my fucking floor.
You really did. Almost no reaction at all.
My nervous system is quite calm these days. Okay, so
Oh my God.
okay. What am I saying? It almost felt like God was like, don't you fucking talk about this.
Yeah,
because
totally.
in a moment, you're going to be like, oh, there's a reason she hasn't talked about this. So the reason I haven't talked about this is because, first of all, I like this person. I like this. Andrea's gone. Okay.
That was weird.
So again, is there a cosmic intervention happening from the universe being like, Ashley, don't tell this story?
Like, stop.
For real.
Yeah. This
Okay,
is
well,
serious.
It's the listeners love this content because everyone saw us together, thought we'd be great together. And I agreed. And she told me she wanted to take things slow. And then all the COVID stuff happened. And I was like, that makes sense. Because she just got out of something really long, really difficult breakup. Like, I totally understood. Or sorry, they. I think they're going by they now. At the time, I just want to make clear, at the time, they specifically asked me to use she, her pronouns for them
But
as a
now
request.
we use they, them.
But now I'm going to use they, them because I haven't caught up with them in a while. And that's what's on their bio. So excuse me if I slip up. I'm going to try not to. They basically were like, let's take it slow. And I wanted to rekindle. And so I was going to text them. And I was like, you know what? What have they been up to? So I go onto their Instagram and I see a full relationship reveal.
Yeah.
Full relationship reveal. Like public on the internet when they were telling me they wanted to go slow, which is totally fine. We had never discussed anything. I would have loved a heads up that they were entering a serious monogamous relationship when I thought they wanted to take things slow. Like, you know what I mean?
They wanted to take them real slow with you. Like they wanted to slow it down for about 2 years while they do this other relationship and then they'll swing back around.
Yes.
Super slow.
And it was so known how into each other we were that people were posting, is anyone checking in on Ash Gavs on the relationship reveal? It was like so humiliating. Don't do this.
I'm going to go creep these comments now. I can't wait.
They must be deleted by now. Yes, exactly. So that's where we were. And I really hadn't talked to them in a really long time. Then I'm going on a little date with my main. I'm excited. Main and I are great. Loving it. We go to a Broadway show. We go to see Hadestown, which was great. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
I have not.
Oh, it's lovely. If any Hadestown heads listening right now, this is my impression. This is literally just for me.
Here we go.
This is my impression of Reeve Carney. This is my impression of Reeve Carney, who is the lead. Persephone. That's it. That's the impression.
Oh my
God.
Okay.
So, okay.
Wow.
Thank you. So the Broadway heads will love it. Listener?
We'll love it.
Comments.
Love that.
They're going to eat that shit up.
So basically we walk in, I'm looking around, I'm all dressed up. Thank fucking God. I look incredible. I have a new jacket on. I have my hot main. She's dressed up. We're looking good. It's date night on Broadway. We're looking for our
date night on Broadway. It's like an official night. Date night on Broadway.
We are looking around for our seats.
Okay. And
is Andrea frozen? I'm fully gonna lose I'm gonna throw a lamp on the floor. That's what I'm gonna fucking do. I'm about to sit down.
Date night
in my
Broadway.
seat.
Yeah.
Date night on Broadway. And I turn, I'm not a singer, Andrea. Maybe you can take that if you want that. But I turn around And lo and behold,
she's there.
Is at the at the same fucking show with their boo thing, their partner, going on date night, same date night.
Well, I mean, date night on Broadway.
The lesbians
you guys
fucking know.
Great minds think alike, I guess.
Yeah.
And then as they're passing me, I'm in full shock. So I'm going, Brie, you are going to I've been saving this story for you because you're going to make so much fun of me.
Yeah.
I'm fully in shock. So I literally, jaw hits the floor. My finger is straight out pointing at them. And then obviously my main, very gently, because she's a fucking angel, she taps my elbow and she's like, maybe not the
full
point.
Full
point.
Wait, do you usually pull out the full point? Is that like a thing that you do?
That's a shock move.
Brie
sure.
is like, I'm leaving the podcast because of the full point.
Are you one of those people that if you see someone in a restaurant with like something weird going on, that you like point across the restaurant?
No. Andrea's like, get me off this podcast. I can't believe I'm here.
My boyfriend constantly points at people, and I'm like, I literally can't be around you.
My girlfriend does this too, and I literally also, she doesn't understand whispering, so she talks at the same volume but with more of a rasp to her voice. So she's like, hey, over there. And I'm like, that's still so loud. Like, what is happening?
Are you recording a blues album?
Okay, so you're pointing directly at your ex. Would you call them your ex?
No, never. But like, definitely like romantic something.
Right.
And
oh God, do they see you point?
Well, that's the thing. They're both, now listen, I'm a fucking creative, okay?
Oh,
here we go.
Main's a creative. Yeah. They're both looking around like they are acting in a play for the first time, and the middle school play director said, look around. Like, look like you're in awe of they're like, what? Now, they're like pretending not to see me.
Oh,
they're pretending not to see me.
Gotcha.
So they're doing an interpretive dance of trying to find their seats, and you are literally pointing across the room.
I want to make clear.
Date night on Broadway.
I want to make clear that I did not point for long. I got the elbow tap real quick, and then I sprinted over to the stairs because I was just like, I can't be here. So I went the other direction, made it to the stairs, and let out probably the biggest cackle laugh that I've ever let out in my entire
God.
life.
Your poor date. What is happening with your poor date?
I don't know why she loves me. I don't know.
Either, I don't know what I would do in that situation. I don't know what I honestly think I probably would point too. I would do a full point.
Would you do the run and the cackle afterwards, though? The full run across the theater?
I think at that point, I would just leave and go home. Date night is over. Like, there's no coming back.
Well, here's why I couldn't leave. I needed to know if I had better seats than them. At the end of the day, that is who the winner is here.
I needed to know I had better seats. Did you?
And did they?
I don't know. I don't know where they were seated. I did try. Well, the if you're gonna go see Hadestown, I would. It's truly a great show. The production value.
This episode is brought to you by Date Night on Broadway.
Hadestown. I will say then the Hadestown like workers, very non-binary costumes. Borderline in binders. It's kind of queer.
What? Wait, the people in the performance, or just the staff at the theater are in binders, just walking around?
Just the staff.
Like, what's happening here?
Dude, I gotta go to Broadway.
I will say, Broadway usher, super non-binary position. Frankly, not sure why there aren't more non-binary people being ushers on Broadway. It feels so
very
non-binary
position. Feels very non-binary.
There are certain jobs that are non-binary, like barista.
Oh, barista's a good one.
Well, that's my gay sex from this week.
Did you get laid that night?
Hell yeah.
Well, that's all that
matters. Hell yeah.
It was a really fun night, and I think they probably had a great time too. You know, I hope they had gay sex.
Because it's Date Night on Broadway and you're out seeing Hadestown. How could you not?
And I want to be clear. I have no ill will towards this person.
Yes, you do. Don't lie. A little bit.
I'm like,
I have the type of ill will where I would feel comfortable roasting them about it, like face to face.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think it's repairable, jokey.
Yeah.
Like we could have done that better. But I like them. I like them as a person. And I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I hope they are too.
There you go.
Based on their Instagram, they are. They look very happy.
Well, I would argue, look, it's one thing if it's for content, but I think there's a point with relationship posting where it's like, I don't know.
I agree. Once you've seen behind the curtain a few times being online, you realize that like sometimes there's a correlation between not being super happy and like oversharing.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
As someone who has done that many times, I can confirm that theory.
I definitely, when I was in my closeted relationship and it was so bad, I wanted to be able to post so badly. And I would post like all this friendship stuff about us. So it definitely correlates for me too.
My best friend.
Gal pals.
All right, listener, you got a hot date, but you want to do something different. Maybe cook her or him or them. I don't want to get canceled. A romantic meal. A candlelit dinner. What's the problem? You can't cook and you're gay. So they're probably a vegan and you don't know what you're doing. Well, let me introduce you to Green Chef. Green Chef is the #1 meal kit for eating well, and they make it easy for you. Whether you're keto, paleo, vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free, you can't cook like me, or just looking for more balanced meals, Green Chef offers a recipe to suit your preferences. I love that they're sustainable. Green Chef is the only meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offset. They offset 100% of their carbon footprint as well as 100% of the plastic in every box. And they've got something for every lifestyle. I'm a vegetarian. Green Chef vegetarian meals are so delicious, but I also know that they have keto, they have vegan, they have fast and fit, they have Mediterranean. Whatever you're doing to be your best self, they've got something for you. And the variety is fantastic. Okay, they've got 30 plus recipes weekly with the option to mix and match meals from different dietary preferences in the same box. So no matter what girly you're cooking for, they've got something for you and for your girly. Go to greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. That's greenchef.com/gay60 and use code gay60 to get 60% off plus free shipping. Green Chef. It's the #1 meal kit for eating well. Oh, listener, you've heard this before. Try it free for 30 days. 30 days. Exactly enough time to U-Haul with your girl and completely forget about any subscriptions that you've just signed up for. Okay? A lot can happen in 30 days. And with Rocket Money, you can change that with a few quick taps. Well, you can't get rid of that U-Haul girlfriend, but you can get rid of your unwanted subscriptions. The average person has about 12 paid subscriptions. Think about that. Are you actually using those 12 things? You might want to double check. Or get Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. Over 80% of people have subscriptions they forgot about, like that streaming service you bought to just watch one show on because that girl told you about it, or that free trial that you never even used. Over 3 million people have used Rocket Money, and it's saving the average person up to $720 a year. Whoa! I've been using Rocket Money for a while now. Before I even started the podcast, I was using it when I was back known as Truebill, and it saved me so much money. I rely on it because I'm constantly signing up for shit I don't want. And Rocket Money, it puts that money back in my pocket. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Ashley. That's rocketmoney.com/Ashley. rocketmoney.com/Ashley. Well, Andrea, you're already so funny. Did you have gay sex this week?
I certainly had some sort of sex. I've been feeling like I've just been having a ton of sex lately, and I love that for me.
Yeah.
You know? But
we love it for you.
I have a story. Like, I want my story for this to be, I want to tell you the story that, like, the first time I hooked up with a girl, because I just absolutely want to die every time I think about it. And I think you guys would enjoy it.
I love that. Yes.
It was not my brightest moment, but I was hooking up with this girl. She's also a YouTuber, and you might probably know her.
She's done the podcast. She talked about you on her episode.
Oh my God, I think she might have been on your podcast. I don't know. Probably.
Wait, what?
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if the stories were the same story from each side?
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have every fucking like mega fan just like going through the full catalog.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing, but also really sweet. So like I'm hooking up with this girl, and I don't know if she knows that was my first time hooking up with a girl, but I was like kind of like asking questions the whole time. Like I felt like she was, I know it was like, now I think about it, I'm like, you gotta start somewhere. But
no, I think that's great. You know, there's a lot of back and forth about whether or not to tell someone you're hooking up with that it's the first time you've been with a woman or someone with a vulva or like a man, whatever your sexuality, whatever it is. Yeah. There's a lot of back and forth about whether or not to reveal that.
Yeah.
I think it's whatever works for you personally.
Right.
But I love when my partners let me know where they're at because it helps me.
Yeah, asking questions. I love that too because you're gonna both have so much more fun because you're getting exactly what you want.
Definitely.
The survey has been filled out, and you know what's going down.
Was she very experienced?
Definitely, very. I'll tell you, but you have to.
Was it
name.
Me?
Yes. You don't. So I meant
in
nothing.
Your dreams, Ash. Okay.
But yeah, it was really awkward. I was asking questions the whole time. She was super sweet about it, but at one point, it just like she just started laughing because I just kept asking questions to make sure I was doing it right. And she was like, we just don't have to hook up right now, and just completely shut it down. And I was like, I'm gonna just go probably cry for 4 hours now.
Are you kidding me?
It was so humiliating.
That is horrifying. Wait,
everyone, this is so complicated. Wait, Bree, do you have like a sick riff? If you have a sick riff, get it in.
No, I was just wondering, do you and this person like still like, did you still talk after this?
Oh yeah. Like we're to this day.
I'm going to go through our mutuals right now.
I feel like you know this person. Like,
oh my God.
I feel like you'll know who it is.
Okay,
I'll tell you, but you have to bleep the name.
Yeah, I have guesses.
Okay, you can give me a guess.
Okay, you have to bleep this.
Alex is getting the pen out.
Yes.
I literally got it in the first guess. Oh, I am a genius.
Are you a genius, or has she just kind of...
It was
Is she just well known in the community? No shame. I'm well known in the community. I'm one of them. So, wow. I mean, that's like so everybody's hall pass, dude. Like that
I know.
Yeah. That's gay royalty.
Dude, I was in love.
I think you and the internet entirely are in love.
Yeah. So it was pretty soul crushing when that happened.
Oh, man. I feel, I want to depersonalize this from the person we've just said, and I will neither confirm nor deny whether or not we've had this person on the podcast.
You have.
But,
yeah.
No, I will neither confirm nor deny.
Okay.
And I would say, whether or not she's done the podcast, I would love to have her for the first time or back. Okay, so, but I will say, and I don't want to make this about them because this was my gut reaction before you even said who it was, but I feel like everybody has their reasons. If they've been closeted and dated closeted people, they might not, like, it might be hard for them to, we lost Andrea again during this very poignant moment.
I love that now it's like dark and it looks like we've been doing this for 10 hours.
We're just chatting.
Like we just had the best conversation ever for 10 hours.
And in a way, we have been doing this for 10 hours.
I love it.
But as you left, I was saying, I think where we left off is that, well, Bree guessed accurately because apparently apparently this person being like, we don't have to do this and cutting off the sexual act is core to this person's personality.
It was enough for me. Like, I was saying to Ash after you left, I was like, I know so many, you know, folks in the LGBTQ plus community that are also creators that have also like had their fun with multiple people. But something about the story, I was like, I know who this is. I know.
I thought I knew that you were gonna know too. I was like, they're gonna know.
But isn't it weird when you just know? It's like a deja vu thing. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah.
So you guys must be connected. I don't know anything about horoscopes, but maybe you guys are the same.
Maybe.
Cancer, double Cancer.
Andrea, even I know that you have a boyfriend with a tiny dog named Draco, but I'm a Scorpio. And I feel like Scorpios and Cancers.
They are.
They are kind of a thing. I've dated so many.
I've tweeted out before saying I need to date a Scorpio like so many times.
Okay.
So.
Okay, Ash, I have to genuinely ask you if on the break, did you look up Andrea's horoscope so that you could utilize it to hit on Andrea? Because it seems like something you would
calculated. I mean, to be honest, that's kind of genius. You know,
that's
just looking
so
up compatibility in between.
That's like so deeply upsetting that you think that I would do that, and I totally would.
I would do that,
but I promise you. I did not do that. I just have dated so many Cancers.
We're the best. What can I say?
When's your birthday?
June 27th. So I'm like right on the edge.
Right on the edge. Yeah.
Careful. She's going to pull up your birth chart. She's like,
yeah, do it. I love that.
I don't even know about this stuff, but that's the one thing that I know about my sign.
I know that too.
Is that you two are meant to be together.
I just basically the one thing that I know about my sign is that my horoscope said that my wife is Andrea Russett, but I might have to wait a really long time, and the internet might cut out a few million times, and a lamp might fall. But
oh my god, I forgot about the lamp. Has been so chaotic, guys.
So cursed.
I have the vacuum right here.
After you left, Alex was like cutting his foot. It was a whole thing.
No.
He kept asking me. He was like, "Where's the broom?" And I misinterpreted, and I thought he just like wanted to clean it up to be nice. And I was like, "Alex, don't you fucking dare! I'm gonna vacuum that. You're not touching that. That's like my lamp. It was an accident. Whatever." And then I realized that it was for his own feet, not
Safety.
to get cut.
I realized he was gushing out blood.
I will say, even though Andrea is not really in it, there is a ton of Patreon content from this episode of me and Bree just waiting half an hour for Andrea to come back from
literally. Like, I feel like I've said maybe 2 things in the last 10 hours of this. It's like, you're back.
Andrew's just continuously standing us up, just edging us the whole time.
It
yeah,
sucks.
Literally.
It sucks because you're clearly a great guest, and I know I can feel the YouTube comments being like, "Let Andrea speak." I'm like, her internet's not working.
She's literally not on the call.
But you're so funny. And the thing that went through my head was when someone I don't know. Everybody has their own thing, right? I think this is literally right when it got cut off. But I was saying everyone has their own thing about if they've been in a closeted relationship and not wanting to be with people who are doing it, you know, with the same gender for the first time or whatever sexuality stuff is going on. Everyone has a right to that. However, I think it's really nice as a elder gay, you know, more experienced gay to just like kind of let it happen and
I agree.
Well, for me, it's geriatric gay. Gay reactic is what I am.
I like that.
I get it. I don't know if I would say it either. Like, I don't think I would. I don't know. I don't think I would.
It was like it was weird because it was also like I was painfully sober. Like I could have used a shot of tequila or something in that situation. Like it was just like my head was exploding, and I was like, "Yeah, we'll just
be
try
fair."
again."
Your first gay experience was with internet gay royalty and arguably one of the hottest lesbians on the planet.
That's true.
I know. I was very intimidated. But how could I not? How could I pass up that? You know what I mean?
That's so true.
No, you have to do it. And you did your
best.
best.
I did my best and it was not good enough.
You went in there ready to interview. You were like, this is my chance to get the questions answered. I'm ready.
I know. I wanted to learn.
How old were you?
I think I was like freshly 21.
Okay.
Yeah. That's, I mean, like in some ways it's so young, but also you've probably had so many other experiences with men that it kind of highlights that you feel inexperienced.
For sure. 100%. Yeah.
It's also intimidating when your first person is someone that you like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
or that you're like really infatuated with.
Yeah, or someone that I know is experienced, like extremely.
Yeah. Totally. That's the problem with the internet and cross-internet relationships is that even if you personally don't know someone, you know of each other enough to know like who they've dated, what their experience level is. So it like adds layers.
Yep.
God, I wonder what people feel like when they hook up with me.
I don't want to know the answer.
Stop dry humping my leg.
Why is it so much leg dry humping? Andrea, I don't know if you're into this, but I am. I do kind of like dry humping.
Okay, you know what? I was a huge fan of that in high school.
Wow,
that's true. Ashley's just stayed there.
Bree, why are you
pants on?
Why are you embarrassing me in front of my friend?
In front of your
my
soulmate.
new friend.
Yeah,
exactly.
Cancer, Scorpio.
So when did you come? Because you're kind of like Bree is obsessed with you because you're like an OG YouTube. I'm gonna fire right. Bree won't shut the fuck up about you.
I love how Ashley's now trying to just throw me under the bus too.
I
was telling Ash that I discovered you through the Catfish show, and then I went and looked because I was like, oh, intriguing, like a YouTuber. And I don't remember, but at that time, I don't think you were out.
I wasn't. I didn't come out. I was kind of like outed in a way. But I didn't come out publicly.
Sorry.
It could have been worse. Like I knew that I was gay. A lot of my friends knew that I was bisexual, and like I had been exploring that for a while, but my family didn't know and the internet didn't know. And I think it was 4 years ago that I came out online and to my family, and
wow,
it was intense.
Yeah.
And have you texted she who will not be named since?
Nope.
Oh, sure, not in touch at all.
Well, sometimes
you're like, I'm a little more experienced now.
I'm like, come back.
I have the answers I need, and I'm ready to go.
Let me prove myself.
You're in there with her. You're like, ask me anything. I know the answers.
Literally,
now.
I'm like, do you need any help? Yeah, no, we like after that we had like hung out still a little bit.
This organ in the human body is the only one.
You're gonna want to touch right here.
I'm sorry, Andrea. I really cut you off, but it did feel important
sounds.
to me. Oh, thanks.
That makes
we hooked up.
Oh,
we hooked up a few times after that. Like not hooked up, but like we would like get drunk and like make out or like dry hump, if you will. But nothing really ever happened after that.
Well, if there was dry humping, something was happening. Some would say that. Some would argue that that's a lot.
Some would argue that everything happened. Everything Ash could hope and dream of happened.
What else is there?
Okay, just to be clear, dry humping is not the only. I just want, for the record, dry humping isn't my favorite thing. Do I love it? Yeah, I love it. Did I have a very hot experience recently that was just dry humping? I did have that. Mm-hmm. Okay,
hey, but that's not my
exactly. Yes. Don't yuck my yum.
Don't yuck my
I
yum.
love it. I just don't think that I know anyone else of your age range that dry humps as much as you. Like most people, it's like, it's a thing of the past for most people. It's not that they don't like it. It's just like you don't do it as much. Whereas you've stayed committed to the dry hump.
There are so many things like that. Like for straight people, fingering. They're like,
for straight people,
fingering.
any foreplay.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah, literally.
Dry humping is great foreplay.
It is.
It's true. Yeah. Foreplay is debatably the most important part.
Exactly.
I agree. Wait, I definitely cut you off. But you said you were. I remember now. You said you were outed by accident.
Yes.
Your parents found out through a friend.
It was kind of like a situation where I was living with my best friend, and she had told another one of my friends who's gay. She was like, you should come to church with me and we can like save you. And I was like, hold the fucking phone, bitch.
What?
Does everyone on the internet already know this?
Oh yeah, I made a full video, bitch. I dragged her.
Good for you, honestly.
Yeah, I was fucking pissed. So she said that to my friend Ryan, and so I confronted her about it, and I was like, dude, did you say that? She was like, well, yeah. And I was like, do you think that I'm like going to hell because I'm bi? And she was like, well, yeah, but like I still love you. And I was like,
I hate that line.
I hate that line. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm from New York. I like most of my friends are Jewish.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my community was Jewish. I've just never heard, like, I've never been exposed to this type of.
Oh,
I mean, that's just crazy to me.
It's
like,
crazy.
I cannot
so
fathom.
Wild. Like the fact that they think it voids all of the hate. Like they hate on you. It's like you're literally gonna burn for eternity. But don't worry, I still love you. You're gonna be like, okay,
yeah, literally.
Like, what?
Like, oh, well, thanks. Cool.
It's actually kind of funny to even think that they think that their love. Okay, so like let's take this hypothetical like world seriously for a second, and let's just say we are going to burn in hell because of our gay, bisexual.
See you there.
Yeah,
it's like well, I don't care that you love me. I'm going to hell in the eyes of the Lord. Like
your love does not matter in this situation,
yes.
Right? Like I can care less about you. I have to rid myself of sin or whatever.
Exactly.
Well. Andrea, I'm trying to keep track. I think we're around 15 minutes, which is what each segment is.
Yeah.
It's very hard to know. And listener, I hope this feels cohesive. And, you know, Bree and Andrea are big.
I think we're far past that at this point.
It's fun, though. I like a little chaos. So this is
fun.
Chaos.
Bree and Andrea are both so wonderful to have given a little extra time here, and you know, like let's in the comments, let's say thank you and like the whole thing, and go follow everybody and hugs and everything. It sounds like it's the end of the episode, but Bree, it's time for your story. We do have our tail end of the episode.
Yeah, please, no more about me and my weird, embarrassing hookup.
I honestly think a lot of people will relate to that story. Because,
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they'll relate to the person saying, maybe we just shouldn't do this anymore. But I think that they'll relate to your side of it, where it's an overwhelming experience. And I think a lot of folks, at least in my comments, are always like, hey, I've just come out as whatever. And a thing that's panicking me about it is I feel like I'm behind in experiences.
Yes.
So I think a lot of people
and you're
relate
so
to
not.
that.
You're so many people come out at so many different points in their life. I was going to say, Andrea, did you have an experience that went better after that?
Oh,
and why?
I feel like definitely there was a few awkward ones before I was like, okay, this is good. I'm participating. We're having a good time. We're both enjoying this.
We're having gay sex, some might say.
We're having gay sex. There was a time where it was like this girl that I was like kind of talking to, dating-ish, but more of like a fling kind of vibe too. And she was just really patient, understanding, and like excited that I was just interested. Like it was cute. It was good.
Did she run a rival, Tumblr blog?
Tumblr
rival
blog, not Tumblr. Not Tumblr.
No. Not the Tumblr blog.
Oh, fuck.
Listener, if you've been listening a while, you know that sleep is super important to me, and that is why I love my Helix Sleep mattress. Helix sent me my mattress about, must be going on almost 3 years now, and I've been getting the best sleep of my life. It really helps with my chronic pain. I went online, I took their Helix Sleep quiz. It took me about 2 minutes. I put in all my little particularities, and it spat out the perfect mattress for me. You're unique. You're a unique little queer snowflake, so why shouldn't you be getting a mattress that's personalized for you, right? And there's no better way to test out a new mattress than by sleeping on it in your own home. And that's why they offer a 100 100-night trial and a 10 to 15-year warranty to try out your new Helix mattress. And if you're a chronic pain lady like myself, your spine might need a little extra TLC, and they've got you. Every Helix mattress is a hybrid design combining individually wrapped steel coils in the base with premium foam layers on top. It's a perfect combination of comfort and support. So get on it, you little queer. Helix is offering up to 20% off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners. Just go to helixsleep.com/gaysex. This is their best offer yet, and it won't last long. That's helixsleep.com/gaysex. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Well, anyway, Bree, did you have gay sex this week?
Okay. I have not had gay sex this week because I think I mentioned earlier in this episode that I have just moved back in with my parents. Who knows at this point what I've said and what I haven't. We're getting renovations on our condo, so my girlfriend and I have moved back into my parents' home where I lived in this home.
Do you own your place, Bree?
Yes. So we're getting renos done. And then we've come back here, and it was one of those things, like, we could have gotten like a short-term rental, but it's, of course, happens to be around the holidays. So everything was so insanely expensive, and my parents are like really sweet and offered it, and we were like, okay, sure. And now we're here and we're like, oh my God, we're living with my parents for a month and a half. And it's one of those things, like, you forget the little things. Like, you forget we're living in the basement through this door behind me, and you forget the little things, like the knock on the door at the top of the stairs in the morning, like, anyone want breakfast? And you're like, fuck, like, that's so nice. It's so nice, but, like, I hate it. Like, I hate how nice this is. Like, you know what I mean? But you can't be an asshole because it's like they're letting us stay here for free.
You don't like how nice it is because they've interrupted your sleep, or the idea of the privacy, like the freedom?
It's both, because when it comes to sex, I'm like, I have to be ready, like, at all times to answer about breakfast. I'm like 1 year up the stairwell, like, hold on, you know, down between the legs, and then like 1 ear up, like, just going to town and making sure like they're not coming downstairs. Seriously. I'm like, I like my eggs over easy. Hold on, I'll be up in 2 minutes. And then, okay, you know what the really fucked up thing is that I just thought
Bree's
about?
going off, by the way. Bree is going off.
I used to think it was kind of... I hate that sound.
Bree is living at home.
I used to think, okay, the idea of coming home and, you know, being a little sneaky with it might be exciting. Okay.
No, right.
Then I had the thought that my parents may be doing the same thing.
No.
And now that I've had that thought, I am traumatized. Like, I'm literally traumatized. I'm closed for business for the next month and a half. I'm not having sex. Like, I'm celibate. Like, I'm traumatized.
You guys need to get like a hotel for like a staycation.
Yeah, get a hotel. That'll be romantic.
This is, so we're already talking about this. We're like, we need to find like times
You
to
actually
go
haven't even spent one night at home.
We've been here for 2 nights and I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my God, like, this is not a thing. Like, I don't know. We need some sort of signals. Like, we need like bandanas on the door or something. This is going to be like a fucking frat house with my parents.
Old-timey, like old-time gay, what do they call it? Hanky codes?
Hanky codes. Yeah, I'll just have to like update my parents on all of that. Thanks, Ash. Yellow's for play. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Andrea, are you the type of person where, like, I'm so bad with any anxiety related to sex? Like, if someone could hear, if there's a time crunch.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I love that. It's kind of fucked up, and I should be ashamed of myself. But I've had sex in like public places and been like, well, if they saw it, they saw it. I don't know. Like,
I love that.
It's a natural thing.
It is.
Well, for some people, the excitement helps. You know what I mean? And for other people, it hurts. So it's always interesting to hear. Wait, where did you have public sex?
Do you want to know the craziest place I've had sex? This is so fucked up.
Yes. Yes, I do.
I had sex at the airport, like LAX, sitting in the terminal. Like, not a closed room, not a bathroom. Yeah.
Are you joking?
Not the chance of the no-fly list. You are risking it all to get off. You are risking it all.
I think back to that.
How
and
did
I'm
you
like,
do it? Because I know you didn't like do it.
Just a little blanket, and I sat on this guy's lap.
Okay,
Are you
that
serious?
is amazing.
I am dead serious.
How big was the blanket? How'd you fit it in the suitcase?
It was, you know, one of those blankets that you get at the airports, you know?
The nice,
a massive
thin
airport blanket.
blankets?
Wait.
The plain blankets.
You had sex after the flight?
No, before, while we were waiting to board.
They brought you the blanket.
Oh, we brought the blanket.
You brought the blanket. Okay, thank God, because
equipped.
I thought like maybe you met someone on the plane, you could not wait any longer, got off the plane, and then immediately started fucking at the airport.
I'm like, we ain't wasting no time, baby.
Most amazing things I've ever heard. Because you must not be a rule follower, because I'm such a rule follower that
wow, what a conclusion to draw, Bree, from this.
Where did you get that?
I should have like an honorary psych degree after I just like pieced that all together and figured it out. I'm like, hold on, you don't really care about rules, do ya?
I will say this is straight privilege, because you can sneaky have sex. You cannot have sneaky, very difficult to have sneaky sex.
I would argue.
When you're queer.
I agree.
What? I disagree, because here's the thing: when there's a larger object that you're going up and down on,
right?
Okay,
no, it's not like. But
it's
she didn't
more
have
movement. Whereas like a finger doesn't take much.
Yeah, Andrea's like, there was a lot of movement.
There was movement.
One time I saw a straight couple having sex in the ocean, and honestly, here's how fucking weird I am. I was like, okay.
She pointed.
I pointed. My jaw hits the floor.
Yeah.
I scream and cackle. I run away. Great callback hours later, Bree, by the way.
But all up here.
But they weren't, it was like very subtle. Like they were just sort of standing, and I think there was some light fussing. And I imagine like that's what it was. You guys were under the blanket. He just unzipped his fly. There was light fussing. There was some, I was, you know, when you're like, oh, just let me readjust myself on the seat.
Oh, wow.
Just get over here and just get all over here.
I hate to tell you this, Andrea, but people knew.
I know! They totally knew.
Okay,
this is amazing.
This is one of those philosophical questions where it's like, no genitals were seen. I can't imagine there was an orgasm. No, of course not.
It was more about just like we were both like, shit.
Yeah, it's a fun thing to do.
It's like we laugh about it.
Your flight's delayed. You know, there's nothing to do in the airport. It's what's
it gonna do? You know?
They come over. They're like, "Ma'am, please stop." You're like, "I'm a diamond medallion member.
I've done all my crosswords.
I've run out of movies."
At a certain point with airline delays, you should be allowed to start having sex in public.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. I did also. Now it's just talking about my weird sex life. I also on a plane.
This is the place.
On a plane once, like mid-flight, the guy next to me was sleeping. I can't believe I'm even admitting this. And I was like, I was just feeling in the mood. And I literally next to the guy sitting there, I might have myself a little bit.
just some light diddling. Just some light diddling under the blankets.
I do think back and I'm like, that was fucked up.
I don't know.
I think it's more fucked up to have the sex.
Mm-hmm.
The light diddling.
I've masturbated on a plane before, so
okay, good. I feel so much less alone in this now.
I would argue that many people have a sexual experience like this or two in their repertoire. Right. And who are we to judge?
It's just having a little fun.
The issue is the harm comes if you get caught. That's where the harm if someone sees it. You're on the no-fly list. And the no-fly zone, they shoot you down if you masturbate on a plane.
Like, get her!
There's like the radar on a plane like is showing like a weird rock.
No-fly zone.
They're like, hey, there's a masturbating pilot on there.
Oh my God.
Everyone has had a weird thing happen. It doesn't mean that we're super proud of it. It doesn't mean that we do it again, but everyone has had a weird...
I think Andrea would do it again. I'm getting do it again.
Andrea would certainly do it again for sure.
If it's not hurting anybody.
That's the weird thing about it, is it's the risk of hurting somebody that you have to play. And if the man was asleep and the blanket was thick and strong and huge.
It was.
Was it a full lay down bed?
Sure wasn't.
Oh.
No, it's one of those seats. Okay. And they had to be on top of each other because it's got the little things beside. You know the seats at the airport where they make it so you can't...
Andrew's flying first class. Are you first class?
On that flight, I wasn't. Like...
You did it in coach? Okay, then morally, I cannot be on your side, Andrea. You can...
I'm so sorry.
No, I'm laughing so hard right now because Bree's...
My girlfriend just ran and then ran down the stairs. And the thing is, she does it like she thinks if she goes fast enough, then no one will see. Like it'll just be like a flash behind me.
Yeah, it's so funny how fast she runs into doors. Every now and then I get a glimpse. It's so fucking funny. Well, Bree, we kind of went off your story and then maybe got two of the greatest stories ever told on this podcast.
Literally the best. I love it.
I can contribute.
I love I love when we have a guest who's open, because like I think part of the weird thing about sex and kinks and stuff like that is like we don't talk about it, and we can sometimes be judgmental or shameful or whatever. But then when you watch something like this, you're like, I diddled on the plane once in 2004. I wasn't sure if it was okay. I was so horny.
I feel seen.
Thank you. I see you.
All about creating representation online.
Representation matters.
It does.
I think I'm just, maybe airports do something to me. I don't know.
Honestly, yes. What the fuck, dude? That is the least horny place on the planet.
Says you.
Yeah,
Says
not
me.
for Andrea.
Now I'm kink shaming. Excuse me. Bree, were you done with your story? It felt like
that's it. Done. It's basically just I'm back living with my parents and I can't have sex. Well, I can, but I just feel weird.
Go to the airport.
Yeah.
You don't
I
even
gotta
have
go to the airport. I'm booking a flight as we speak.
What happens if you go through TSA without a flight, like a ticket? I
just want to bang in those awkward seats over there. Do you mind if I just go through? I'll come right back.
I brought a blanket.
I brought a blanket. Come on.
It's not like I'm not using protection.
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, you're so funny. All right, cool. Well, what are you working on? Where can people find you?
Andrea Russett on everything. I'm actually working on an EP right now. Do some music things.
Hell yeah.
So that'll be hopefully this year sometime that'll come out. But
so maybe follow your Spotify as well. Is that a good place to point people?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Check out her Spotify. I do not have one. AshleyGavin.com for my tour dates. There's so many. Chicago, so many.
Get on the text.
Get on the text alert. Andrea's on it.
I am. Yep.
Yeah, it gets all the texts. All the texts.
And Bree, what about you? I Can Explain podcast?
I Can Explain podcast. You can find me everywhere at Brianne Williamson, and I also have a text list. So
what?
I do.
Nice.
I do have a text list.
Hell
as well.
yeah, Bree! I'm so proud of you.
I'm also a part of that as well. So
yeah, Andrea's
you're
on
ahead
it.
of me.
I'm on it, man.
Ash,
what are you going to text?
Are you?
I'm about to get on it. What are you going to text people about?
Just my daily feelings and where I've banged recently. No, just updates, just like important, exciting updates.
Important, exciting updates from Brianne.
We love it.
Thanks for listening, listener. To support this podcast, patreon.com/WHGS. It really, really helps. It doesn't just support the podcast, it supports every piece of free content that I do. The piece of free content that you saw to get you to this podcast cost me and my team time and money. So go to patreon.com/WHGS. Give us just $1. It really, really helps. And obviously, AshleyGavin.com for tour dates. Get on the text alert. I will be coming to your city. I'm coming to so many. It's a dream come true, really. And I hope to see you there. And if you're not compelled to sign up to help me, I will say we sold 1,600 tickets in Seattle in a matter of minutes because of that text list. So if you're thinking, I'll just buy them later, you might not be able to, which is super cool. I'm deeply flattered and honored by all of that. And for a gay thought, I think a lot about scarcity. I don't know about you guys, but I have gay scarcity issues quite a bit. My whole life, I was always like, I'm never going to meet another girl like this. Oh, no one's going to like me, yada, yada, yada. And when I was in high school, I hope I haven't talked about this before, but when I was in high school, the first girl that I ever loved, when we broke up, I very frankly was, I was a little emo 14-year-old. So, I said some dramatic shit. And one of the dramatic things that I said was, well, I'm never going to meet another girl who's like you, that's willing to be gay. Who's going to be willing to be gay with me? And I remember her saying to me, Ashley, as you get older, people are going to be more comfortable with themselves and they're going to be gay with you. And I just remember thinking that's the most batshit thing I've ever heard in my life. And very wise beyond her years. And super wise for a straight person. Only a straight person can be because she doesn't have scarcity issues. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm in a very loving, happy relationship. And I've been in a couple loving, happy relationships. And I just want to say, if you're thinking to yourself, I'm never going to meet anybody. Nobody's gay. No one will like me because I'm this, that, or the other thing. It's not true. It's just simply not true. Relax. We've had horrible, traumatic childhoods. So it's been beat into us that we can't find somebody, or that we're alone. We are not alone. There are more bisexuals than ever. All right, bottom. That was a good gay thought. I look like a fucking boss behind this desk, dude. Look like a fucking boss. Have a great week.